welcome to my review of the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus. And yes, this is the lilac purple variant. You can see that cool metallic effect. Alright, so without any further delay, let's jump into the review. Thank you so much guys for tuning into this review, and if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and like the video. That helps a lot. So I have done a previous video unboxing this phone. The link is right over here. You should probably watch it, but if you don't want to watch it, let me just quickly show you what you get inside the box. So in case you buy the Galaxy S9 Plus in India, this is what you can expect out of the box. So first off, we have this USB Type-C to regular USB adapter so that you can connect your mouse, keyboard, or whatever you want. You can also connect USB drives. This phone supports USB on the go. And you get this Samsung adapter fast charging charger. And I think this one can charge your phone up to 40% in about half an hour. And inside here we get the USB Type-C cable. I think this is a 2-meter cable. So USB cable, extra earbuds for the awesome headset, and yes, the headset is AKG. So yeah, this is a super awesome AKG headset, and thumbs up to Samsung for providing these. And inside here we have the user manual, quick start guide, and we also have a nice little cover for our phone. And I think this is a really nice addition. All manufacturers should provide a nice little cover for their phones. And obviously you get the phone itself. And lastly, the most important part of the whole package is this little thing. You use this to eject the SIM card and the memory card tray, which is on the top of the phone. Take a look at this color, guys. Looks absolutely gorgeous, and this is the lilac purple color. And you can see when I shine the light on an angle here, it kind of looks as if the paint is metallic. Kind of reflects the light really nicely. And this is exactly how the phone looks like in real life, because I have switched the white balance over to automatic. Alright, so here we have our fingerprint sensor, and I kind of like this placement here because when you hold the phone in your hands, when you press the power button, your finger kind of rests over here, so it's very easy to unlock the phone. Just press it, unlock, and you also have the smart gesture here. So to pull down the notification bar, all you need to do is swipe your finger from top to bottom. Sensor, but I feel that the fingerprint sensor on the XZ Premium is the best because this location, there is no match for side for this kind of fingerprint sensor. You just press it and unlock. It's that easy. But on this phone, it's here on the back, and the button is separate and the fingerprint sensor is separate from the phone. So on the back here we have the two 12 megapixel cameras, and both of these cameras are optically stabilized, so both of them feature OIS. However, the bottom camera has 2x optical zoom and it is fixed at 2x optical zoom. The top camera, however, has a little trick up its sleeve. The top camera features dual aperture, so you can switch the camera's aperture manually. And so f1.5 for low light shots, f2.4 for bright daylight shooting. And yes, how can I forget, the camera of the Galaxy S9 series also supports 960 FPS super slow-mo video, and you end up with something awesome like this. And we have the heart rate sensor, and the flash is over here. So you kind of hold the phone like this. So on our right here we have the power button. So here on the bottom we have the speaker, and this speaker plays back lower frequencies. This is the microphone, USB Type-C, but this phone also has wireless charging. And yes, we still have the 3.5mm headphone jack. Guys, I seriously wish that manufacturers would stop removing this jack because I kind of feel this is still important and relevant. I think mostly because I still have the my awesome Sony headphones which have a 3.5mm headphone jack, and I'm not ready to shift to Bluetooth just yet. So on the phone's left side we have the Bixby button, and this can be disabled now from this Bixby software. We have the volume rocker. So here on the top we have the SIM card plus micro SD card tray, and somewhere over here there is an iris recognition camera, and yes, this phone comes with iris recognition. there is the selfie camera, which is 8 megapixel, and this camera also has autofocus and the quality is awesome. And this is the front firing speaker, and this speaker usually plays back highs and mids if you're playing a song or watching a video, and the bottom one plays the lower frequencies. And we have the light sensor, proximity sensor somewhere over here. There's a notification LED somewhere over here. And before I forget, this button over here is pressure sensitive, so you can press this even when your phone is asleep to wake your phone up. So even though this thing does not have a physical button on, this thing is always available. You can just gently press that and the phone will wake up. So in case you buy the Galaxy S9 Plus in India, you get the Exynos 9810 variant, and if you're buying this in the USA, you get the Snapdragon 845, and the Exynos variant is paired with 6 GB of RAM and 64 GB of internal memory. You get wireless charging, you get iris scanner, and you also get IP68 water and dust resistance. But I do recommend that you never ever dunk your phone into water, because in case the water gets in, you probably won't get any warranty from Samsung, so you've been warned before. And even though the S9 Plus has a 6.2-inch screen, I personally don't feel any problem in operating this phone. You can see it fits into my hand nicely, and I don't have any problems when I'm typing on this phone. You can do that with one hand, no problem. And also the Galaxy S9 Plus has a high strength aluminum frame. And just for a size comparison, here is my XZ Premium. The XZ Premium has a 5.5-inch screen, and the Galaxy S9 Plus has a 6.2-inch screen. So you guys can see both of these phones are roughly equal in size here. If you ask me which design is better, do I like the Samsung design better or do I like the Sony design better? Sorry guys, I have to side with Sony. Even though I own the Galaxy S9 Plus, design wise I really like the boxy and sharp edges of the Sony Xperia smartphone, but unfortunately they changed that with the Xperia XZ2. I hope to see this kind of design in future Sony products, but apart from these huge bezels on the Sony phone, I kind of like this design. You know what Sony should do? They should have kept this design, and they should have trimmed the bottom and the top bezel, and rest was perfectly fine with this design. And you can probably tell the advantage of having an ultra wide screen like this on the Galaxy S9 Plus. You get much more screen area in general. So you guys can see, I can see more pictures on my Instagram account on the Galaxy S9 versus the 16:9 screen on the XZ Premium. Now because this phone has an ultra wide screen, you're gonna get these black bars in your videos. That's because most of the content online is in 16:9 format and not 18.5:9. And fortunately we can zoom in a video here slightly without any degradation in quality. So you can see the video will get cropped a little bit. And this goes for all your media content, including the ones that you watch in VLC player or the inbuilt video player of the S9 Plus. And yes, you do get the option to zoom in all of those players. In case if you see any flickering on the Galaxy S9 Plus screen during the course of this video, keep in mind that this flickering is only visible in the camera because of the camera's shutter speed, and not due to the fact that this display is an OLED screen. And a lot of haters will usually try and mislead you in thinking that OLED displays are bad, but they're not. Trust me, this display is excellent and beyond awesome. And you can also see the flickering on this Sony TV. It is not really a display issue, and it's not an OLED issue. And you can see the exact same phenomenon being observed on this LG 4K HDR 120Hz TV. So yeah, definitely not an OLED issue, and it's just due to the fact that the camera shutter speed is not matching up with the refresh rate of the screen that you're viewing. And in case someone tells you that OLED screens burn in very quickly, that is also not true. This is my Nokia Lumia 730, and this one also has an AMOLED screen, pentile AMOLED screen. And I have been using this phone for the past 4 years, and there are no screen burns on here. I have checked this display thoroughly, and no screen burns at all. So yeah, you don't have to worry about anything on a OLED display. Just enjoy your phone, enjoy the brilliant OLED screen, and enjoy the great contrast that these screens are able to provide you. Oh crap, I forgot to press the record button, so we have to do this scene all over again. Anywho, let's start off with the display of the Galaxy S9 Plus. So the S9 Plus comes with a 6.2-inch Super AMOLED display. The resolution is 2960 into 1440p, and as you can see, the display is very bright. The colors are punchy, vibrant, the display is super sharp, and I just love the way the display curves onto the edge of the phone. And Samsung calls it infinity display. You might be able to tell when the icon reaches the edge of the screen and it just spills right over like this. And because this is an OLED display, the display has infinite contrast. So let me just take you to display settings and show you what you get. And obviously there is automatic brightness, which works great, but I've turned it off because I'm reviewing this phone right now. You have blue light filter, which is built into the phone. You have the ability to change fonts, but I think default font is the best. You can change the font size. I think I'll increase the font size a little so that it becomes easier to read on the camera. And we have the option of changing the screen resolution. It's set to maximum, which is WQHD plus. And we also have different screen modes. Now, a lot of people complain that the AMOLED screens on these phones are a little bit too super saturated and don't like the punchy colors. So if you want to turn down the saturation, you just switch it to AMOLED photo and the color saturation gets decreased. But in adaptive display, you get additional settings, like you can change the color temperature and you can tweak the different color. Now, it is worth mentioning that the screen of the Galaxy S9 Plus is HDR10 compliant. But really good luck finding HDR content because HDR content is rare, and even though I have Amazon Prime and Netflix subscriptions, I could not find HDR content, at least on my Sony Xperia XZ Premium. That phone also has an HDR10 compliant screen. And one more thing I've noticed on this phone is that this phone is able to block accidental touches. So even if I'm holding the phone like this, you can see I'm touching the display on the edges. You can see this phone will not register the accidental touches and it will work just fine. And this works across the whole system. So you can see I'm just deliberately touching the screen on the edge, and this phone is able to block the accidental touch, no problems. And inside the display settings, we also have video enhancer, something like Sony's X Reality engine. And yes, how can I forget always on display? Guys, always on display is seriously the best feature on the Samsung Galaxy phones, and I think every phone should have an always on display. So once you put your phone to sleep, you'll be able to see the date, time, battery percentage and all your recent notifications on the screen. And like I said, this is a pressure sensitive button. You can unlock your phone like this. So let me just unlock it with my iris. So there you go. Very fast and very easy. And for always on display, you have some different clocks and face widgets. So I have selected this one, the edge clock, and you have all these different customization, and you can select a clock, then change its color if you would like. I think this is really nice. Just tap on apply and the clock should appear. So there you go, you have that colored hands of the clock. But seriously, I think my favorite clock is the edge clock. This one, it looks really nice, but there are more available on the Samsung store. So all you need to do is go to themes, go to AOD, which is always on display, and here you have a collection of some really nice designs. So there are a lot of free always on displays available. So I have downloaded a few of them. I think go to themes, always on display, view all. So yeah, I've downloaded a few of them, and I think this one goes nicely with the phone's color. So there you go, there's a butterfly, and the phone's color is also purple butterfly, purple color. And if that much customization on the always on display is not enough for you, go to your gallery, select an image and drop down this menu and set it as always on display. So you can set any image you like on the always on display and it should show up over here. So there you go. That's really neat. And I think these Samsung phones are all about customization, and I just love the fact that Samsung provides so many options for us to customize our phone. And in case if you're wondering whether the screen will get burnt in because of the always on display, then don't worry guys, because this image keeps on shifting on the screen after a few minutes. So after a few minutes it'll be over here, then it'll be over here, then it'll be over here, then here. And I've also noticed that this little home button also keeps on shifting from time to time. And before you guys ask me where the wallpaper came from, it's from an app called Wallpapers Craft. These guys have a really nice collection of wallpapers. It's called Wallpapers HD 4K Backgrounds or Wallpapers Craft. You can just search for that and it will show up in the Play Store. You can go ahead and install it. And speaking of customization, Samsung also provides their own Galaxy store. So if you go to themes, you can download wallpapers from their own store. I personally don't really see the need of this because already awesome apps are available in the Play Store, just like this one. And I find it weird because if you download wallpapers from theme store, the Samsung theme store, it does not show up in the gallery. So if I download a wallpaper from here, for example, if I download this wallpaper, so select download, it kind of does not show up in the gallery. So you can see I've just downloaded it, but you can't really see it in the gallery. It is exclusively available only here. So I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, apart from that, these wallpapers are quite high resolution. You can see that 3D effect. But I kind of prefer having wallpapers from that third-party app called Wallpapers Craft. This one looks so nice. And you can see that 3D effect over here. And speaking of customization, you also have video wallpapers. So just go back to wallpapers, and I think I've downloaded a video wallpaper here. So let me just show you. So you have this video wallpaper, but I think this one is the nicest. So set as wallpaper. So that is only for the lock screen. So as you can see, you get this super cool video wallpaper on your lock screen. And yes, you can set your own videos as a wallpaper on the lock screen. So for example, this one we recorded, but this aspect ratio is not proper. So we're just gonna edit that. You'll need to edit it to 15 seconds. So just wait for the phone to save the video and set as wallpaper. So let's test this out. So there you go. So if you have a proper aspect ratio, I think this one will work really nice. How cool is that? Just take a look at this. Amazing. I love it. And then on the Samsung store, we also have these themes. If you tap on view all, I've downloaded a few of them. So just for a preview, let me set this as a theme. I know this is a little bit too girly for me, but just for demonstration, I'm gonna set this theme, and we'll take a look at how the phone looks like. So yeah, this is how the theme looks, and you can see the icons have also changed a little bit. So Samsung icons are a little bit different. So let's pull down the notification bar. You can see the colors are different. Colors are different for the settings menu. And I think black themes are the best because this is an OLED display, and OLED displays have infinite contrast. So even at maximum brightness, this black will be completely black. So just wait for it to set the theme and take a look at this, guys. I think black themes are the best for this phone. And then once again, in the themes, you have the option to download different icon packs, and I've downloaded a few of them here for demonstration. So let me just apply this. And unfortunately, these icons are only for Samsung icons. So you can see Instagram, Maps, they're still the same, but Samsung apps have changed. So contacts icon, the gallery icon, camera icon, calendar, calculator. It does not change all of the icons, but it does change a few of them. Now you might have noticed I don't have many apps on my home screen. That's because I have moved my apps to a feature called Edge Screen. And to pop open the Edge Screen apps, all you need to do is swipe from right to left with your finger like this. And here I have some shortcuts, like I have YouTube, and the app edges are still available. All you need to do is swipe again, and all my apps are still available. And I have music, I have Instagram. So this is actually very handy. and I have my calculator, and you can go ahead and edit these. You can add and remove apps here, so this is highly customizable. And then swipe again and you have your favorite contacts, and then you have this device maintenance page, and then swipe again, you have this weather widget, and swipe again, you have calculator. And yes, you can download more of these edge panels. So you go to top free, and many of them are available. So calendar is available, soft key, edge, recent calls. Oh, and notifications are also related to edge screen. So go back to display settings. Let's go to edge screen. Let's go to edge lighting, and you can customize your notifications. So you can see edge lighting replaces regular notification pop-ups. We have different lighting styles. I've set up the glitter effect. I think this is the coolest of all. So you have different lighting effects like glow, multicolor, and the basic effect. I think glitter is the best. And whenever you get a call, the screen will light up like this. And oh my god, this thing looks stunning. Since we are on the topic of customization, let me also tell you, you can customize the navigation bar. So all you need to do is head over to settings, go to display, scroll down and go to navigation bar, and here you can change the color of the navigation bar. You can't change it to your own color, you can only use these predefined colors. And if you scroll down, you can change the button layout. Right now it's at back, home and recent. So back key, home key and the recent key. This is the multitasking key, and you can select it to recents, home and back, but I prefer the traditional layout where the back button is over here. And you can also hide the navigation bar. So this is right now enabled. By default, I think this will be disabled. So once it is enabled, you need to double tap this dot here. So if you double tap that, navigation bar will disappear, and you can use these navigation buttons on the top. Otherwise, to reveal the navigation bar, just do this and it will pop right up. And this is quite useful when you're reading articles on the web, because you get a little bit more screen area to work with. You can see how much content you can see on the screen. And if you want the navigation bar to be there, just double tap the little dot there, and the navigation bar will be pinned. Now if you want to take a screenshot on your Galaxy S9 Plus, all you need to do is swipe your palm from your right to left like this, and it will capture a screenshot, and then immediately you can draw on the screenshot. So just let me select a different thick pen. So I can now select the color, and I can just mark this. And this is actually quite functional. So once you've done this, you can go ahead, save it, and once you've saved it, the screenshot will appear in your gallery. And then you can go ahead and share it with your friends and send it to on WhatsApp or do whatever you want. But wait, what if you want to capture the full web page, not just the visible screen area? Well, once again, you just swipe your palm like this and select this option which says scroll capture. And that's it. That's all you need to do. Then again, you can draw on it, you can crop it, and you can share it. So let's just go back here into the gallery, and you can see the full web page has been captured, and then you can zoom on it and you can view it. And then once again, you can edit the photo, you can send it to wherever you want and to whoever you want. Now the S9 Plus has a feature called notification glance. All you need to do is long press an icon and it will show you your recent notification, and this works across all applications on your S9 Plus. And you need to enable this from settings. So go to settings, go to notifications, tap on this button called app icon badges, and scroll down and select this, turn this option on, and by default this option is turned off. And you can also disable the numbers here on the applications. It is turned on because I like that feature. It's quite nice. And you can tune all these applications. You can select which application you want to receive notifications from. So you can see I've disabled notifications from the games because they keep on annoying me again and again. Now here's another feature that I saw on the Xperia XZ Ultra. Now you can see the screen is quite big and I'm not able to reach the other side of the screen with my finger. And yeah, trying to use my phone with one hand. And in case you feel the screen is big, you can turn on one hand mode. So all you need to do is this, and the screen will get smaller. You can see it's much easier to use the phone like this. And yes, you do have some shortcuts, like the bar drops down when you swipe in from top to bottom right on the home screen, and then you can shift it to here, or you can shift it here. And if you want to go back to full screen, just tap here and the screen will go to full screen. And the feature that I was just showing you is in home screen settings. So by default this will be disabled, and you need to turn this on, called quick open notification panel. So once it is disabled, you can see the notification panel will not drop down when you do this. Instead, the app drawer will open. So I think this is nice, and I will keep this turned on. And alternatively, you can drop the notification bar using the fingerprint sensor. So if you do this, the notification bar will drop. Now these are nice little additions because the screen is so big. It kind of makes your daily work easier. So just drop down and I can control my brightness, and then you can I can also check my notifications from here. Now the S9 Plus allows you to create 2 different accounts on certain messenger applications. Like it works on WhatsApp, it works on Snapchat. So if you want to access it, go to settings, go to advanced features and scroll down here and select dual messenger. And what this does is allows you to create a second install of certain messenger applications. So if you turn this on, it will ask you to install second WhatsApp application. You'll be able to use a different account in the second app. And I think this feature might come in handy if you're using 2 SIM cards, but I don't use 2 SIM cards on this phone, so I'm just gonna tap on cancel. But in case you're wondering, you can install 2 separate accounts on WhatsApp on the Galaxy S9 Plus. Now when it comes to biometrics and security, Samsung is taking up this issue quite seriously. And we have a couple of options here to unlock the phone and to secure the device. So all you need to do is go to settings and go to lock screen and security, and here we have an option. So let's go here. So when it comes to biometrics, we have intelligent scan, we have face recognition, and we have iris and fingerprint. And fingerprint sensor works quite nicely. You can use fingerprint and iris sensor together. So right now I can use my iris to unlock the phone. You can see how quickly it is, even though I'm sitting behind the camera. And if that doesn't work out for you, you can just tap on the fingerprint sensor here and the phone will unlock. You can see how quickly it unlocked. So let's try that again. Phone is asleep. I'm not pressing any buttons. Just keep your finger here on the unlock on the fingerprint sensor and the phone will unlock. So the iris sensor also works when it's completely dark. Right now you can see my room is completely dark, and I'm going to unlock my phone using the iris sensor. And there you go. It's that quick. Now apart from your usual security stuff, this phone also comes with a feature called Secure Folder, and that allows you to create separate copies of your applications which run within a password protected mode. Now you can see you can create 2 copies of your album. Not only album, I think you can create copies of your copies of any applications. So you can have your personal photos inside a secured folder and regular photos inside your inside a non-password protected place. So I think I know where this is going, and I know what people will use this for. But in case you're wondering, you do have an option of creating a password protected folder with separate apps running over there. So when it comes to playing music, we have 2 music players. One is Google Play Music and another one is Samsung Music. Now you can uninstall Samsung Music or you can uninstall Google Play Music. So I think that's good that Samsung gives us an option to uninstall these. But I do prefer using Samsung Music because it is much better than Google Play Music. And you have your regular options here, and if we go back, we have the folder view, artist, album, playlist, just like we have on the Sony phone. But again, I think Sony phone has a much better music player. It is much better, it's much more intuitive, it's much more user friendly when compared to Samsung Music. So I know you guys are all asking about how the phones sound like, whether the XZP is better or the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus is better. Well, I and my friends kind of did a sound test, and consistently 4 out of 5 voted for the Galaxy S9 Plus, and that this was a completely blind test. And the headphones I used was these. These are the Sony MDR XP450, and the way I did this was I set the Sony phone to DSEEHX, I turned this option on, and on the Samsung phone I turned on the Dolby Atmos feature. So if you go to sound quality and effects, we have this feature called Dolby Atmos, and both of these options were turned on, and I gathered five of my friends and we were listening to 3 songs: classical, pop and EDM, and consistently 4 out of 5 times the S9 Plus got voted, and this was again a blind sound test. And you guys already know I am a Sony fan, and that kind of disappoints me because this phone didn't get the votes. So I don't know how to put this, but with the Dolby Atmos feature turned on the Samsung, the Samsung phone has more depth and more richer sound than the XZ Premium. And XZ Premium has a more flat sound, but the XZ Premium gives more bass and more punchy sound compared to the Samsung. But yeah, it's more of a personal choice. I like the sound quality of the Sony phone more than I like the Samsung, but I think both of these phones are top notch when it comes to audio quality. Meanwhile, when it comes to loudspeaker, the Samsung phone is definitely better than the XZP. So let's listen to the loudspeakers. Okay, so first off we have Samsung. And now we have Sony. Now the battery life on the S9 Plus is also excellent. I consistently get around 6 to 7 hours of screen on time at the end of 1.5 day, and this is with heavy use, around 80% of screen brightness, and without any battery saving features. So if you want to take a look at your battery stats, you just long press this power save option here and then tap on battery usage. Alternatively, you can go to settings and then tap on device maintenance, and device maintenance will show you your battery usage, the mode that the phone is in, so you can change your mode. But I do recommend that you never ever touch this and keep it on optimized, because it is the best. And then you can view your storage. So when I got the phone, about 42 gigabytes of internal memory was free, so that's what you can expect with the 64 gig model. And then you can check your RAM from over here. You can see 1.7 gigabytes is available out of 6. That's because some background apps are running, as you can see. And then you can just tap on clean now and the phone will close all the background apps, and then we'll get the remaining RAM back. So you can see about 2 gigabytes of RAM is now free. And then we have device security, which I have not turned on. And you don't need to turn on this anti-malware unless you're sideloading apps and going to websites which have questionable content. And then let's tap on battery. We have power saving features here. You can turn on mild power saving and you can go to max power saving. Now max power saving is something like Sony's ultra stamina mode. It will turn off many of the device features, and just the basic call functionality, camera and other stuff will be available. And here you can put apps to sleep. If you tap on save power, the phone will put these applications to sleep. And here you can select the apps which you always want to sleep. So these apps will never run in the background. So just tap add apps, and here you can add applications to this list. And once you add these applications to the list, these apps will never ever run in the background, nor they will receive any notifications. So let's try out mild power saving. and mild power saving will limit your CPU usage. It will decrease the brightness. The screen resolution, however, will stay on WQHD plus, and you can also turn on background network usage. Right now it is turned off if you, in case you select the medium power savings, and then you can tweak on these settings even further. But let's switch on the maximum power saving and see what happens. So first thing, you can see the display turns dark. We have the black theme applied. The CPU will run slower. Background network disabled. Always on display gets disabled. Let's see what else we get. So we do have access to Google Apps, music, voice recorder, even YouTube. Hey, WhatsApp is also there. So if you turn on ultra stamina mode on Sony, it will disable all these apps including internet. I think ultra stamina mode is better than this because that will save more battery power. Here you can see most of the apps are still available. And you can just turn off maximum power saving mode like this. No need to reboot your phone. But I think you don't need any power saving features on this phone because the battery life is quite good even without those features being turned on. Now we have another super duper awesome feature on the S9 Plus, and I think this feature was also on the Galaxy S8. We have Bluetooth dual audio. Now this feature allows you to play the same song on two different Bluetooth devices. As you can see, I've got my Bluetooth speaker and I've got my Bluetooth headset connected. Both of them are connected to my phone, and you can see connected for media audio, and the headset is connected for call plus media audio. Now to enable Bluetooth dual audio, you need to go to Bluetooth settings first. So I'm just gonna show it to you. So tap on settings, go to connections, go to Bluetooth, and then drop down this menu here and tap on dual audio and make sure that this is turned on. And it asked me to disable media volume sync, so I had to turn this off. And that's all you need to do. And then whenever you play a song, you can see it plays on both the devices. It's playing on my Bluetooth headset and it is playing on the Sony's Bluetooth speakers. And here you can see a notification that dual audio is on, audio played on two connected Bluetooth devices. Okay, so let me just quickly show you. First off, you can see my Bluetooth speaker is working. It is playing the audio, but at the same time my Bluetooth headset is also playing the exact same audio. So if I bring this close, let me just turn down the sound there and bring the headphones, and you can see I just brought the headphones close, and yeah, sound is playing from two Bluetooth devices. And I think this feature is quite awesome because you can use this feature to stream music across two different Bluetooth devices. Maybe your friend wants to listen to music, he has a Bluetooth headset and you have a Bluetooth headset. You two can just sit together and listen to same track. And I just wish this feature was on my Sony Xperia smartphone because it is awesome. So guys, this brings me to the end of part number 1 of the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus review. Please stay tuned for part number 2, and you can click right over here to check out part number 2. And in part number 2 we'll review the camera, we'll check out the heart rate sensor, and then we'll do some gaming, and we'll see how the multitasking performance is like of the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus. Alright, so I will see you guys in the next video.